Hey, welcome to Objective Reviews. Today, we'll be looking at the all-new Tweetbot 4. Let's start off with the timeline. Much is the same as Tweetbot 3, except for a lot of new changes. Get it? The new snappier animations, color schemes is all great and it feels so much more fresh. Except for one thing though, it's all too white for my liking. Some may like it, some may not, and I'm one of those not. The new profiles looks so much more classier. The new layout for the profiles puts information that's critical right in front of you and everything not in the background. Once again, snappier animations make everything so much more easier to use. Here's what I mean by snappier animations. In Tweetbot 3, this was painfully slow to use. That's no longer the case now. However, some things aren't quite right yet. Tapping on links on user profiles is still quite a hit and miss. It sometimes works and sometimes just shows you the background photo. I got it to work once out of 10 to 15 tries that I did on my own profile, and sometimes the new compose sheet is a welcome change. Since Tweetbot 1 right up to Tweetbot 3, it's mostly been the same with a few minor UI tweaks here and there. Now, that's completely changed and this is so much more fresher to use. The Messages app style photo picker is also another fresh change that makes the screen a lot more interesting than ever before. Now let's talk about the big new feature in Tweetbot 4, the Activity tab. It's split into two sections, Stats and Activity. One gives you a more statistical overview of your week on Twitter. So you can see all your favorites, your retweets, and your follows. As you can see, not much for me. All in a nicely laid out view that you can quickly go through and understand how people are reacting to what you're posting and perhaps make some changes to what you're posting or when you're posting it if all of this is mission critical for you. All of this is followed by the Activity tab itself. Now this tab lists out all the activity that you've had since forever. All your mentions, favorites, retweets, follows, everything listed out for you so you can track it down. Who wants to see unfollows anyway, right? Oh, and by the way, you can now also use Tweetbot on your iPhone in landscape mode. Now this is kind of critical because of the next feature we are going to be talking about. You'll see why. Hold on, is that an iPad? Is that Tweetbot on an iPad? Hell yeah, it is. Well, Tweetbot 4 is now a universal app running on both your iPhone and your iPad. Tweetbot on the iPad is mostly the same as Tweetbot 2 except for the new UI and this tiny little sidebar when used in landscape mode. You can set it to show any window that Tweetbot can otherwise show and just keep it there. It works like all the other windows. You can do everything in there that you would otherwise do in that specific view, but it just stays there. I'm going to leave the top app makers list open in the sidebar on my personal device, but as you will see, you can literally set it to any other view that you'd like. Here's a look at mentions. Oh, by the way, you don't need to long tap it. It just works on a tap. Old habits die hard. $5 as a launch price moving all the way up to $10 may seem steep, but trust me, it isn't. It's worth every penny and good luck finding a kick-ass app that's both gorgeous, universal, and cheaper. Let me know your comments down below. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next weekend.